So I was talking to Lisa, and Lisa asked me a question.
Out of the blue.
I've never actually been asked before.
Yeah. Should I?
Yes.
Should I enlighten them with my question?
Tell them what your question was.
I was just wondering what guys find attractive about girl-on-girl action, like straight girls. Whatever this is.
Or bi girls or lesbians.
Yeah, doesn't matter. But there's something. I feel like there's something about it when maybe they're not actually they're attracted to men, but they're hooking up with each other. Whatever this is, they're doing it together, like hugging, making out, whatever. What is attractive? Because whenever I ask my guy friends, they're like, you know what? I don't know, and I don't know if it's because I am a girl and they just feel awkward explaining it to me, but I knew that Tyrone would have my back here. So.
I have the answer, Lisa.
What's the answer?
Magnus is here. Have you ever eaten a cheeseburger before?
Absolutely.
Have you ever eaten a double cheeseburger?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So when you have something that amazing.
Twice the fun.
Yes.
Okay. It's like, wow, they like exactly what I like.
You know what? Now I'm totally putting everything together right now.
Yeah, see.
Because it goes deeper. It goes deeper than this, actually. When you see that, you could be okay.
Yeah, like I personally never watch lesbian scenes, but if I happen to come across two girls kissing, I'll watch it. Like I might watch it because I like it's a woman touching another woman. Like.
Okay, go deeper into that.
Okay. I'm restraining from making jokes because she stepped right into that when she laid it out.
It's always right after I say it. I'm like, I asked for that, so it's fine.
You know what's really weird too? Like, if we can, because I'm thinking that explaining this to you in this manner will help you to understand. Like, I think straight guys just love, the female body so much, and that when we see them, because like. I've told other guys this, and they're like, me too, I'm the same way. Like, I can't watch a guy do certain acts to a girl in a video, but I can watch another woman do it.
Okay. Very intriguing.
Like, for example, say sucking on a woman's breasts. I can't watch a guy do that. I can watch another girl do it. Just something about it. I don't know. I don't know if I can explain why I don't like it.
It still goes back to that I don't know thing, though. That part,
Like with oral, I can not watch a man, but I can watch a girl do it. The regular act, I can watch. But it's something about woman, it's just double the fun. It's like, wow, it's two hot women doing everything that I like to each other. Because guys... Because you basically, when you're talking about girl-on-girl action, you're talking about porn, and it's or at a party maybe, but you don't really want to watch another guy in front of you do a girl. But when it's two girls...
Because then you can't have her? And now you can have them both?
If it's another guy, guys don't like seeing each other naked.
Wait, interesting. Double the fun. So, you can have, potentially, if you're seeing girls hooking up at a party, you can have them both later. If you see a guy hooking up with a girl, she's already taken for.
Well, that's true.
Right?
But not really. Okay. But what I'm saying is we don't I think your mind gets into a certain state if you're watching a scene on a computer or whatever. But if it's in front of you, it's different. Like your mind has to accept the scene for what it is. So there's a guy in there doing a girl. That's normal porn. Okay. But if it's in front of you, you'd rather be the guy doing it. So maybe there's jealousy. It's like, nah, I should be in there. I don't want to watch this. I'm not going to watch you do your girl.
That's what I was saying.
But if it's two girls...
You're no longer interested because...
It's two girls.
She's not yours anymore.
Right. But even when it's two girls, they're not yours, but it's different.
That's true.
It's different because it's two girls. You know what I mean?
It's double the fun. Right, that's what you were saying.
Right, yeah. Oh, would you rather see one woman naked or two? Two?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I get it now.
You know, of course,
okay.
of course, if you're in a relationship, you know.
No one's actually answered that for me.
See?
Thanks,
At least
Tyrone.
I tried. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think we should talk about what we talked about earlier.
Yeah, what's up?
So I'm gonna tackle that. We're gonna tackle this together.
In the same video?
Yes, or I'll cut it.
Okay.
And they just won't see it.
All right.
If it doesn't work. Okay.
What's up?
So Lisa told me.
Lisa told me
that she's heard through the grapevine that a lot of guys, or that all guys.
Ooh.
No.
Let's say a lot. I don't want to clump everyone.
No, a
right?
lot, just a lot.
Because some are in happy relationships, and I don't know how they got there, but they did.
Yes.
So we'll say a lot because I don't want people to get.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So she's not
I don't want to generalize.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I'm sorry, a lot of men.
Thank you.
They only want sex. And I said.
And that's it.
That's the case.
And I was saying, and that's it, because obviously that happens in a relationship, but I'm saying only hooking up like a root and boot type of deal, you know?
Root and boot. Never heard root and boot before.
One and done, root and boot. I got a lot of those phrases. Yeah.
So I want you all in the comments section, because I said it's definitely not true. There are plenty of guys that literally want a relationship. Yes. They don't just want sex.
I mean, yeah, I believe that's out there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you ran into.
It's very few and far between. I don't even know.
Me and her had a long conversation.
We had a really, like, an hour and a half
long. Mm-hmm. And, like, I was explaining that a lot of times your perception helps draw in what you believe, you know? So, you know how some people are like, well, women can't drive. And because they believe that women can't drive,
that's not true.
Their mind literally picks up on instances where women can't drive. They hear about a woman in a car accident. They may see a woman not signal when she turns.
Oh, yeah.
And their mind literally, because it believes it.
Oh, she's a woman, of course.
Only cues in on the women making mistakes.
Mm-hmm. A guy can make a mistake, they don't see it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, their mind totally does not notice the woman that did signal.
Yeah,
that is driving in a straight line. It's not swerving.
So true.
You know, that's had a perfect driving record. He might know this person. The person might be his wife. He doesn't notice that. He just believes generally that women suck at driving, so his mind only picks up on those things.
That's true.
And that goes along with other crazy views like racist views and everything else, sexist views. You know, that would mean that you're sexist.
No.
So. We are not all, we're not doggies, but yes, there are a lot of us out there. That's just like saying, you know, all girls are whores. We, you know, guys, I know guys that say that shit, but I'm like, come on, man. You know how many good women I've met in my life? I've met a lot of them, all right? Could some of them have been lying? Yes. But I've got a lot of female friends.
That's
and
the thing I'm
there's
saying.
a few of them that are truly good women.
There's a lot of sweet talkers out there, and they'll make it seem like, you know, put you in a place where you feel good about this relationship, and then when they do get what they want, see you never.
Yeah.
You know?
I never heard that either. You gotta do phrases for me. Okay, so this is what I want you guys to do, right? Also, help me out in the comment section. Are most of us dogs? Answer that question.
Be honest, okay? It's, you know,
and
it's just a comment.
What can a woman do to make sure that she's not used for sex?
Yeah, what are the red flags?
Now, I said patience. Now, she takes things slow, okay? Which is one of the best things that a woman can do.
If you really care, you know?
If she wants to find out if a guy only wants sex from her, because there's only a certain amount of time that most guys will wait that are only about sex.
It's true. If they're going out with you and they're like, oh my god, how many dinners do I have to pay for? I'm done with this. I'm balling on a budget. I'm done.
Now, I understand the budget thing.
I get that too, but I'm not a believer in the guy always has to pay. I will pay.
And I'm a believer personally in just spending time together.
Me too. Go for a walk. Like, you know, you don't have to go to dinner all the time.
Right. We go for a walk, you come over, I come over, we hang out, we just do shopping, whatever it is. We can do together. But
how do I know you don't want to just Netflix and chill? Right?
Right. And one way is time.
Time, but they always leave before that. So, obviously, then I know.
What's the longest time that you've dated a guy when you were, I guess, testing him, that he waited before you left?
I mean, okay. Let me just hold on. Okay, here's the thing. I'll give you 2 answers here.
Okay.
Well, mainly one, but usually it's about like 4 or 5 dates, I guess. Here's the issue. Sometimes those 4 or 5 dates can be over a span of time, so it feels like they're waiting forever, but that's not my fault. We just don't meet up and see each other very often.
And in that time limit, though, what's been the longest span? Because that's crucial. That's
a month.
Okay.
And it's like, I mean, a month is a decently long time, and I get that. But if you don't see each other very often in that month, a month doesn't mean anything to me. It's not like, oh my God, he waited a month. I am, you know.
Did they get a kiss from you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta know that stuff.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, to like all the way, it's just like that. Yeah, I mean, like I just said, I don't like putting a timeline on anything, whether it's, you know, that or even saying I love you or relationship. I don't like doing that, but I'm just saying that when you say like a month, that does sound daunting, like a long time, but I don't mean it like you're meeting up all the time. Not even every week.
3 months in his book.
Oh, he does?
Steve Harvey says 3 months.
I've met Steve Harvey. He's a good guy. So, 3 months.
Right.
Okay. So then I'm not even ridiculous for waiting
that long.
You
wait 3 months before you get him the cookie. You know, so.
I call it that too. Give him the cookie.
I was about to make a soft and chewy joke, but I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not Ryan Wright. We'll be okay with that. So I am not. No, look, the guys.
Now I feel better though. 3 months.
Well, that's what he says in his book. Now listen.
I just feel better now.
Here's my rule.
Yeah. Oh yes. Give it to us.
And you've got to be an experienced dater and a person that's in tune with their energy and emotions, because what I'm about to say is it's crucial. If it feels right, if it feels like it's the right time, because I'm not talking about just being horny. No, there's a point where you know what I'm talking about, where there's a connection.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And it's different than just you two being horn dogs and wanting to get off. And a lot of times,
like we're human, we all get that.
You feel it in your core. The core is the central nervous, emotional center for yourself.
Yeah.
When something feels right, you feel it there. It's nice and warm and fuzzy. You know what I mean? But when it's bad, you get that pit. It sinks. Something's not right.
That's a really good point too. I mean, I've dated a lot to know, to have that feeling, and I feel like some of them, you know, half of them, I will let go too, because I'm like, look, it seems like we're not on the same page. Like you kind of know if like that is what they want. I'm just saying a lot do. I'm saying a lot do, because I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that. Hey, look, it could be that most of us are only about sex. I'm not saying it's not true. I mean, look, I'm a guy with plenty of guy friends, and I know what it is, y'all. But what I'm saying is, you know, then there's the guy that only wants it, and I was telling her this earlier, that once he gets it, some reason that experience with that girl did it for him. All of a sudden, I'm not a dog no more, and you're the one.
And that happens sometimes. It's not a guarantee that all of a sudden they'll be hooked on you.
Right. But you can be fooled, but you have to be an experienced dater to know if it's the right time for both of you.
It's true.
You know, I mean, I personally don't believe first date having sex. I don't. I think that can cloud things, even if it feels right from a more logical.
It's gonna feel right the next time.
Right. Would I ever on a first date? I never have, but would I? Hey, if it was really that,
If it was super right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then we would probably have a long talk after that.
You would. Coming from a girl.
So, the girl. The girl. I don't normally do that.
Yeah. It's like when you first walk into her apartment and it's like all like sparkling clean and she's like, oh, it's a little messy, it's those phrases that they say regardless, like, oh, I wouldn't do that, I swear to God. Even if she did with the last homeboy, like, who knows?
Oh, I just came from the gym, I smell, don't hug me. Like, girl, you smell
She
good.
just put on her favorite perfume, probably, if she said that. Yeah.
You know what made me think of what smells? This will turn into this will just be like one long video.
I love it.
Where we're just chatting.
Shooting? Yeah.
Shooting shit.
Yeah.
So, did you know that to women, a lot of times we stink?
Wait, what?
We have a musty smell that we emit.
Oh, to women. I thought you meant
women.
Two women.
Yeah, no.
Two women.
Two women, we stink. That doesn't make any sense.
That's literally.
To women.
Well, we were just talking about two women.
Right. Well,
yeah.
Two.
Two women, like to Lisa, to me, to
Men have a smell that we emit that stinks to them.
Really?
But when you're ovulating, it actually smells
good.
Did you know about that?
No, but I can see that.
You can see it now.
I can see that. Yeah, that's really funny.
I've had times.
Is that where you guys like douse yourself in cologne?
Well, no. This is the normal man smell that we emit.
And it's different for every guy.
Yes. Well, we all have our different smells. Like I've had girls tell me that I smell good, and then some girls will be like, "Well, I've been with guys that I couldn't stand their smell."
Is that the same for girls? Like to guys? Like to you? Don't answer.
Yeah, we do. When a girl, you smell good.
Okay.
But when a girl smells good, that only makes a guy want to do more.
Oh, for sure.
I mean? It's like, but if you smell funny, like, see, what I'm saying is that
that's probably the biggest
to guys,
turn-off.
Women usually smell good. Like, that's just a thing, whether it's your perfume, your hairspray, whatever it is. Girls usually smell good. But with guys, we emit a smell that when a woman is not ovulating, does not smell good to them. And I guess they could call us smelling musty or musky.
That's really funny.
But I remember certain situations where guys know sometimes where we feel like we're totally clean, but we feel like we can smell our own musk.
Oh.
Okay, just trying to paint a picture for you.
So you know it's there?
We know it's there.
Okay.
Guys, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, I feel like I smell kind of musky today, but your girl absolutely loves it. And she's here, there, and everywhere on your body.
That is so interesting.
Smelling you, and you're like, I feel like I fucking stink. And she loves okay.
I feel like
whatever.
Yeah.
She's probably ovulating. Another thing that happens is that your voice gets higher when you're ovulating, which is more attractive.
I already have.
Us.
Oh, really?
That's probably why you get hit on so much, because you got a high-pitched voice.
Two things, yeah. I was going to say, first of all, I already have a high-pitched voice. It's what it is. Accept it, move forward.
Consider it a good thing. I'm helping her to understand that in life, the glass is half full, not half empty. You have a high-pitched voice, which is attractive to men.
I don't...
And that works.
I've never really been told that before. Just because...
I've been scared to tell you.
No, just because I feel like it's, cringy.
No.
No?
Well, having a high-pitched voice, if I hate you, you are going to be cringy. If I can't stand you, you're pissing me off. Yeah, high-pitched only...
That's anybody's voice. Please stop talking. Your voice is really
I had a girlfriend whose voice would get deeper when she got angry, which I think most people's voice does get deeper.
I think mine gets higher.
Well, depending on what she's on, but she would get this deep monotone, like women's rights.
Oh God. Okay.
Type. Yeah, you know what I mean? Butch type tone to her voice, and I hated it.
Yeah.
But on Discovery Channel, they gave a test to guys, and they said, listen to this woman say this, and listen to this other woman say this.
That is so interesting.
And the woman with the high pitched voice won out almost every time.
Winner.
They're like, yeah, she sounds more attractive. Guess what? It's the same woman saying 2 different phrases, but
one higher.
One was when she was ovulating. One was
when
she
didn't
wasn't.
She didn't try to. Got it.
And your facial features soften when you're ovulating, which makes us more attracted to you when you're ovulating. Your facial features soften, and your voice goes higher. So
what?
It makes us
I don't understand.
It makes us want to mate.
Yeah. Hence the life cycle.
And then you're also attracted to our musk. So it's kind of it's like a
I can actually see that.
biology thing that
I don't know why, but I can see that.
Yeah, guys like
that dude smell.
Yeah.
Right. Higher pitched voice. That's just interesting to me.
I had a girl. It's funny. She talked when I first met her. She actually had sent me a video.
Yeah.
Through a messenger, and she said,
"What did she do?"
She was like, "Hi, Tyrone." After I talked to her messenger a little bit more, she told me she hated her voice. I was like, "Nice."
A lot of girls do.
When I talked to her on the phone, at one point I was like, "You changed your voice for that message, didn't you?" She was like, "I did." She made it more high pitched for me.
Because she knew.
Girls know.
I actually did not know. This is news to me today.
Yeah. Like, for example.
Let's see all the weird stuff I do after that. You know what I mean? Like, God. Girls are weird.
So, like, okay, so this is my normal speaking
I'll go to the
voice.
bar and, like, just, I won't do that.
You probably do it, like,
you know what it is? Girls get excited and then they get a higher voice, too.
Oh,
and I don't mean excited as in that way. I mean, yes, but also excited insofar as just pure happiness or excitement.
And what do guys do when they're attracted to you with their voice?
Go deeper.
Exactly.
That velvet deep.
I was just telling her, I was like, this is my regular voice, but if I were to call a girl,
what would you do?
What you doing? It's different.
Ooh.
See, it dropped.
You know what you also did?
What?
You didn't, say that again.
What you doing?
It
worked on her.
Woo! You went lower, and it also, you definitely finished your words there, but there was something about it that was like less, it was more like, God, why do I always use the word velvet for this stuff? But it wasn't like unfinished, just less crisp. It wasn't less business-like. It's not like you're talking to me like as a businessman right now, but it was just more like, I'm gonna leave this tone.
It was seductive.
Like when you press the pedal on a piano and that note just keeps going a little bit. If you just press a key on a piano, it's gonna make its noise and that's it. When you press the pedal on the bottom, that noise just kind of, that's what it reminded me of.
It resonated.
I have a weird way of thinking.
It resonated? You think musically.
Yeah. Kind of marinated, resonated.
What is the word? It's almost like bravado. Like maybe for the voice.
But what is that? I don't know. But that's literally what my brain, what it went to. Yeah. It just kind of like chimed on.
So, yes, it's, and guys do that on the phone when they talk to each other. If they're talking trash, like they'll get on with a deeper, like say he talks like this.
Oh.
For real, that dude give me the phone. Yeah, what you doing talking to my girl like that, man?
Okay.
Yeah, it changes, It's just what it is. I think it's just like any other creature, they have posturing, things that they do.
Well, and that's funny because girls definitely do the same thing with their voices, whether they're talking to their girls and having a fun little movie wine night, and then when they're talking to some guy or just human that they're attracted to.
Like, hi, Dad.
Definitely, it could get a little more cutesy. I don't know. Yep. That's so interesting.
Yep, so.
I never you don't think of these things from day to day. Sometimes it's cool.
You know what I just thought of? We both have voices that the opposite sex is attracted to. We are fucking catches. Okay? We are genetically built to succeed. You see that? Natural born.
Yeah. And a lot of people, I have my hairstylist and my mom on speed dial. A lot of people don't believe me, and that's why I do.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
All
which
natural.
for white folks communicates youth and vigor.
Good, because
yes. And that's why a lot of older businessmen that are successful like to date young blondes.
Right.
Subconsciously, it says youth. Because I've noticed with white children sometimes you're born.
They start blonde.
Right.
And then
they lose it when they get older.
It's funny. My sister and I.
As a black guy, we're born with black hair. It's black hair when we get older, you know what I mean?
My sister and I, we both have the same color hair, and like our parents are brunette. We don't know, but we've never dyed it. You know, it's funny though. You say that.
You're adopted. It's okay.
No, my mom is like, she's like, you're not adopted. I've asked her.
You look like them. I've seen your pictures.
So like a combo, right?
Yeah.
My sister, she doesn't look like either, but she looks like my aunt, so that's interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But no, what I was gonna say is it was funny because you said they start out blonde and then they kind of move into like brunette tones or whatever, you know. My hair was a little more red. It got blonder as I grew up. Yeah.
Like strawberry blonde.
Yeah, so hence now I'm a strawberry blonde. I still have some red in here. But isn't that interesting?
Okay. Yeah, see, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, let me see. So that's interesting that happens. Like, because with black people, it doesn't. Our hair is different. Our hair is finer when we're younger. But it gets
thicker?
more coarse and thick as we get older. That's the difference with us. That's interesting, though.
Isn't that?
Happens. But yes. Okay, we're genetically.
I'm doing what I can.
So, yes. So make sure y'all let her know that look, we're not all dogs. We're not all dogs.
I believe it in a way. I just haven't met. Yeah.
Although sometimes I think, because I asked her this question. I said, "Have you ever seen a guy, and you met him, you wanted to jump him right there?" And she's like, yeah. So guys are the same way, but I think because we're the chaser, we're more aggressive with it.
As you should. I mean, that's kind of hot.
Feeling.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, aggression can be hot for sure. Like, how flattering. Like, yeah, thank you.
Okay.
But reel it in. I mean, you don't have to rock the sheets like.
So I guess you've had guys be really aggressive then. Is that what you're telling me? Okay. Because that threw me off when she said that aggression can be hot. Now I'm not that made me.
It threw me off saying it just because it's like, do I mean that? And it's like, yeah, I do. That's hot, but aggression in moderation.
I think you had guys.
I just like a manly man, I guess. I don't know.
Well, so now,
right?
Okay, so now I'm
rethinking.
Process. I'm processing because if you like aggression,
I do.
And the guys are communicating.
I think. Okay, wait. Because I got something that just came to me. Aggression is, in my eyes. Oh God, no. That's kind of wrong. Aggression more like confidence.
Okay.
Not like, all right, we're out of here right now. We just met. We need to find somewhere right
so
now.
I'm gonna give you what I was thinking of when you were saying aggression.
Yeah, please do.
If you're on a first date.
Yes.
And you were vibing with a guy.
Yes.
And say you had some alone time, maybe. I don't want to say you were. God damn it! They're running the vacuum cleaner out there in the hallway.
Oh, that's what that is.
Comforting. I got some complaints for you when I'm done this.
I don't feel very comfortable.
But just kidding.
They just turned it off.
But anyway, so.
It's so funny.
What if, you're on the first date, you had a little bit of alone time. Say you're walking somewhere or something.
Oh, yeah.
And he were to grab you.
Where?
Around your waist. Grabs her around the waist.
Yeah.
And he says in a velvet voice, something like, I can't stand it any longer. I gotta kiss you.
Oh, yeah, good? You can kiss.
So that's
you
good.
You can definitely kiss on the first date. You don't have to. I mean, that's going to be a feeling, too. Does it feel right? Does it not? Where are you at from that date? Was it a good date? I don't even know. Of course.
Okay,
yeah.
So she's fine with that aggression.
Yeah.
You're at his place, and he says the same thing.
He can kiss me. Yeah.
Okay. But I'm assuming that there's a point of aggression that Are you talking about, are these men saying things to you that are like pissing you off, like, you know, like, and we have sex tonight? Like,
yeah,
are they,
that I don't
kind
like.
of crass.
That I don't
way.
like. That's gonna happen naturally. You're gonna be making out, and you're not gonna be able to help yourselves, and that's how you know that connection is there. Like if you're making out, yeah, is it okay for the guy to ask? Definitely ask if you feel that way, but in the way, God, it's like it's hard to explain unless you're in the situation.
See, I'm trying to peel away the layers of the onion and get to the crux of what is your problem. And I think that she's running into a lot of tasteless guys, maybe guys that don't have a classy way of communicating that they want to have sex with her. And I think that is turning her off. For example, if you're vibing with a guy that's classy, he may want to have sex with you. The classless guy does, but he knows how to communicate in a way that he's good.
That's a good point, because it's like, do you want to have sex with me because you want to see this keep going, or are you saying it in a way where I feel like I'm your side piece, you know?
Right.
And I have dated a lot, and I know it in a second, and I do not stand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes sometimes a vibe, when people get along really well, can make that sexual attraction stronger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it can make you want to rip each other apart, but it's
and
it's not even like a bad thing.
That's
but it's
not a bad thing.
Communicated the wrong way. That's the problem.
Right.
Like the guy just grabbed you, I gotta fuck you right now.
Yeah, because I don't think I walk around,
what?
you know, with a sign like I only want to hook up, you know, like if we meet each other, you know, I want a gentleman, and like I just feel like I know they're out there. I just haven't met someone yet.
And guys, like, we know it's funny. Guys can be communicated to wrong too. Like, especially if we look at a girl in a specific way. If we look at her as a potential girlfriend, if she were to say to us, like, pull your dick out, it's like, what?
Ooh.
You know, it's like, wait, I thought she was different. You know? And then the guy actually might think, like, well,
do girls say that?
You're in this category.
Do girls say that?
I've never had anyone say it to me, but I've heard guys tell me, like, girls have kind of aggressively said stuff to them.
Not judging, but it's just, you know.
It's rare. It's rare, though, but what I'm saying is a guy can get turned off by how a girl approaches sex, too.
Yeah.
Because she can seem trashy. And if he was really looking at her like as a potential girlfriend, that will turn him the fuck off.
Oh yeah,
I mean, he might do it anyway, but
because he's human.
And then she's not. Well.
But the standard has been
male.
set. The standard has been set.
Yes, she just demoted herself from girlfriend
homegirl
to side piece or one-time hit piece to root and boot.
I got a lot of
that's the problem.
Yeah.
And so girls can do that too.
So now question, if a girl doesn't yet feel comfortable expressing it, okay, if, you know, you're vibing, but you haven't seen each other very many times, but you know where it's headed, you know you have chemistry, but you're still not sure if he's in it to win it with you or if he just wants sex, you know, and the guy is like, all right, you know, it was a heated makeout session, whatever, and the guy's like, okay, where is this? What's going on? What are we gonna do from here? You know, either you're gonna go home or I'm coming in, and we know what's happening if I'm coming in.
Right.
So if a girl, if a girl's like, you know what, would love to, not yet though, is that like a major turn off, or like, is it, I guess if they only want that, then yes it is, but if they have a hard time expressing it because you haven't seen each other very many times, you don't know each other that well, that non-answer, is that kind of a turn-off too? Well,
you understand, I can only really speak for myself because I've been through that, but I know that you're right about if a guy only wants it, he's going to be turned off.
Yeah, and that's, you know, and if they leave, goodbye.
If he values you, he may be angry or frustrated inside.
Yeah, okay.
But he understands why you're saying no, not now.
And he's probably
he will go home and he will handle it himself and go to sleep. And he will be fine until the next time you see each other.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
Yes. Most guys.
But they want that answer. They want to, you better answer, right?
Right. No, I usually don't ask. I just go. I eventually, you know. there's a progression of the makeout section.
Here's the thing.
And then she'll tell me if
it's
we're
time.
not going there.
Yeah,
you know.
If he starts walking away and she's like, wait.
Yeah, you know,
then
Well, if she walks away, you said?
No, if he walks away and she's like, hold on, right? Oh,
I actually had a girl grab me back. I'm like,
wait,
whoa.
what were you gonna say? If she walks.
Oh, no. I was gonna say there's like a progression. You know, if you
there is.
start to, you know, you're heavy petting and kissing, and like kiss her for a while, and you start to maybe take her pants or something like that.
Unwrap the present.
Yeah, unwrap the present. If she doesn't stop you, put it this way.
Wants that
it's
present
either at least going to get the
to be
oral.
revealed.
It's going to at least get the oral. For you, on her at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Most girls reciprocate anyway, so, you know.
I mean, because girls are fully capable of not letting them, you know, if they don't want you to unwrap the present, they're fully capable of saying,
I'll tell you no.
No, don't.
No, not today. Like, okay.
Not
okay,
today.
I'll keep it up here. I'll keep it up top then. Okay. Yeah.
And that's just fine.
Did I tell you I had a girl that I went to visit? I'll never forget it. She was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Ukrainian.
It wasn't me, I swear.
And when I got to the door, she looked at me like I was a piece of meat. I had never seen that before.
Like she was drooling, her tongue was
out.
out.
It was the first time, because we had talked for a few days on the phone. I met her online.
Okay.
It was real thick Ukrainian.
Perfectly valid these days.
I drove an hour and like a half to see her.
So are you okay? Real quick before you, are you expecting it because you drove?
Oh, I'm
an
not
hour
expecting
and a
to
half.
have sex at all.
Okay. Just because you drove so long.
I told you I
That's
never
pretty
expect
nice of
sex
you.
on the first date. I don't.
No,
I
that's
just
true.
don't. 'Cause most girls wouldn't anyway.
Yeah.
It's just most, unless it feels just like that. Now, mind you, we were not vibing.
You were not.
Okay, no. I was having a conversation with her. We were talking, but she kept looking at me like. She gave me the look like, oh, he looks better than I thought he would in person.
Like,
it was just like,
whoa.
Yeah. So I was flattered by that, but then she's talking to me, and I'm sitting on the edge of her bed, and she's sitting in a chair, and she puts she has bare feet. She puts one foot here and one foot here, while she's sitting in the chair. So you can think about her legs are like open, kind of. She's wearing pants, but her legs are open on her face. She's wearing pants.
Okay.
But she was just a little bit too nice. She was talking to me, and her feet, and you know, she was just like, yeah, this and that, and she just jumped on me. And
wait, what?
She jumped on me.
Okay.
It was after 5 minutes of talking. She jumped on me. She's just taking everything out. She was just, and she was tiny. This is just a little side note.
When you talked on the phone, did she express like, you know,
she did not express any type of sexual aggressiveness like that. So I was surprised. I was like, oh my God, like she jumped on me. I was like, oh my God. And she just kept going. I was like, okay. And, you know, we had sex, and it was kind of like, it was really meaningless for me because, like, how aggressively she came. Well, I don't want to say that.
It was saw each other in person.
Yeah, now here's the funny thing. I looked better to her. This is probably
she looked worse to you.
She looked worse to me.
Ladies, in your
photos. Be real in your fucking photos.
Don't. Okay. Yeah, there's no point in.
I was like.
And same thing with men. I mean, just your photo.
Yes, be who you are.
That is, you know, a picture resume right there. Like, don't lie about it.
But that's not even. That wasn't even the point. The point was when I got her off.
Yeah.
She wouldn't like do anything for me. I was pissed.
She was selfish.
Exactly.
Not a giver.
You see what I mean? That's like, that's what you hear women complain about with guys.
Yeah, and it's true. What? Who said that? What?
So you've had that situation?
I don't.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Okay, so
no.
She tried to call me several times. She even told me she loved me. Yeah, exactly.
No, but really, that's kind of odd.
But you've had that
because haven't all girls though? I'm serious. Wait, can I ask something?
Well, because we're about to get into something cultural in a second. Go ahead. Ask me. I'm gonna explain it in a second, but I don't want you to forget what you want to ask me. You're about to ask me something.
I don't remember, but I do know I was gonna say something about like the timeline, and like I had said in this video before, like the timeline doesn't matter. But
Right.
But she literally, was it in the moment she said I love you? Because people say all sorts of crazy stuff.
Oh no! What it was because of her selfishness that night, I didn't want to deal with her anymore, and literally she would call me.
Yeah. Did you leave that night?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I left. I finished my fucking self in the bathroom.
And you left that night.
And then I left, and I was like,
and then
she was like, no. She was like, no. I just changed my sheets. I was like, oh. I've never dealt with anything like this before.
You couldn't even spend the night. It was that bad.
Yeah, I was. Plus, I was mad, and plus she didn't look like her pictures. She was.
That's just really awkward when people don't look like your pictures.
And then she was just texting me,
it wasn't a catfish,
calling me. No, it wasn't a catfish. It was her.
It was her, just.
And one week, I think, try to keep me. She was like, no, like really, I love you. I'm like, you love me. You only had sex with me once. I make you come once, and all of a sudden now you didn't do shit for me. If you loved me or cared half as much, you would have helped me out that night. But
you should always make the other person,
Okay, so I've got to ask you a question.
What?
Earlier,
maybe I won't answer on here.
Okay. Well, earlier she told me that she's dated all types. Okay.
I have.
Do you date interracially?
Yeah.
Okay, Diana. This is pertinent because my next question is this: the guys that left you hanging.
Oh.
What were they?
Oh.
It's important because I'm going to explain something, and it's a cultural thing.
It's been not all that I've dated. I'm just saying it's not someone not.
Were the guys that left you hanging white?
No, I'm saying it was.
That's what I'm asking. So you've had black guys, or what have you dated? Matter of fact, why don't you tell me? You've had white.
Can we turn off the camera?
You don't want to say?
No. Oh wait, no. I've dated. Yeah, go ahead.
White?
Yes.
Black?
Yes.
Hispanic?
Yes.
Asian? That's Indian or Chinese or Japanese or Korean or Cambodian?
I don't think so.
There's no Asians.
But not that I'm not attracted to that, I don't think I have.
So, you've had white men leave you hanging with your orgasm.
I don't want to I'm not talking about this on here.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I've heard.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm not saying it's true about all you white guys.
Yeah, you tell me, because I don't want to do that.
I'm not telling you. Y'all know I ain't like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had
people tell you.
White women tell me
yeah.
that
white
if they've been left hanging for an orgasm, it was by white men. Not that black guys don't do it too. I'm just saying.
Why is that?
Now, and I had a white guy tell me. He said, because I asked him, I said, a couple of white girls told me that white guys will leave you hanging. Is that true? He said, yeah, man. A lot of times it's just about getting it off. That's about it. Getting off, getting the feeling for us, man. If you don't get it while we getting it, then you're assed out. I've had some white guys tell me that. I'm not saying that to offend anybody. I'm sure there's plenty of white guys out there that love to give women orgasms. But one thing with black guys is that
it will never happen.
From what I've learned on the majority, when we have sex with you, we want to own you. We want to make sure that you remember
that you're
us
taken care of.
No matter what. Whether you become our girlfriend or wife, or if we just have a fling, that 10 years later, you're going to remember us.
Okay.
That we took you to the moon. And I got to tell you.
And then back again.
Yeah, that's you damn right. They rode Space Mountain. And check this out. I had, and I guess this is tooting the horn a little bit, but it's kind of funny because it made me laugh. There's an ex-girlfriend. She was the first white girl I ever dated. And she actually came after me. She used to say, well, we can hang out sometime if, mind hanging out with white girls. She used to say that all the time. Yeah. And I had never dated white girls before. But eventually I was like, why do you keep saying that? She was like, because now all black guys date us. And I was like, yeah, we can hang out,
Oh.
So we ended up hanging out.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, we went to Dave & Buster's. Long conversation.
Cool.
I didn't even kiss her that night.
Oh, not that type of long conversation.
Yeah, so but we hung out more and more. Eventually, we got together, and it was pretty good for what it was. And years later, I'm a salesman in her friend's house selling her a security system. I said, you're such and such's friend, aren't you? She was like, what's your name? And I said, Tyrone. She was like, oh.
Girls tell every...
You're Tyrone. And I was like, is that a good thing? She was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, because girls tell their girls
Everything.
Every detail. They do not leave anything out. Like
Exactly. Their girl, you look, guys. I've heard this before. When you date a girl, just know
You're dating
that her friends
You're dating her friends.
know all about you.
It's true. So if you ever walk into a room with like your girl and her girlfriends and you feel awkward all of a sudden, probably for a reason. It's probably because they know every detail about you, if you know what I mean.
They know everything.
Everything.
How many ball hairs you have.
Yikes. I mean, it comes to that.
Yeah.
Every
And
detail.
sometimes, because girls are catty and they're backstabbers sometimes.
Whoa.
You'll notice that, yeah, I've heard that from
Not
girls
me.
all the time. I don't hang with girls, or I pick and choose with girls because girls
And
are
then
catty
the
and they're
girls
backstabbers.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes girls will do this. I've seen
What's
this
that?
before. Like, say, you're dating a girl and you come in and say, I'm dating your friend.
Okay.
She might go to the bathroom, or I might come in with her together.
Yeah.
We're sitting on the couch. She's like, this is Lisa. Lisa might be like, hi. It's like, because Lisa knows who you are and what you can do.
They already
and
know
she's
you.
kind of intrigued herself.
Is that why that guys that are taken are almost more attractive? Because you can't have it and you know what it is.
Yeah, girls they like to see it.
And girls respect their girlfriends, hopefully, and the fact that they are dating this guy, then they respect him too.
Right.
They're like, ooh,
wait, say that
my
again.
girl Karen is dating Tyrone. Wow, I love Karen.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, it does.
yeah.
That's true.
But no, I get what you mean.
But guys are like that too. If you're taken,
Oh, really?
they want to see
Oh,
if
for
they
real?
can get you. Yeah.
Oh, how interesting.
And sometimes we'll do, I'm gonna lie, I'm even kind of guilty of it. Like, if, say, a girl I'm interested in, I find out she's got a boyfriend, I'll see if I can get a little flirtation from her, just in case she breaks up. See, this is future planning. This is seeing the forest through the trees.
Wow.
If she breaks up with him, then I know
that
I could have a chance.
Hunters.
Because
a lot of hunters on our hands.
See, I'm gonna tell you something she told me earlier. There's a guy that was a male friend of hers that loved her for the longest time, but he had a girlfriend. Broke up with her and like, hey, but Lisa knew he was rebounding, and it never.
Even if he wasn't.
It wasn't her type.
Yeah.
So you never gave back with any flirtation that he gave you.
No.
Or did you?
No, here's the thing. We had a very we worked together a lot, and we had this like. Honestly, I thought like a brother-sister vibe. Like we were, but it wasn't to him, I guess. You know, it wasn't that banter we were doing. It was probably more flirtation, which a lot of guys kind of mix up too, and girls mix up as well. But for me, it was like, oh, brother, sister, nagging each other. But in someone else's perspective, even like outsiders looking in, like doesn't have to be either of us specifically. They'll be like, oh my God, they are flirting so hard right now. You know, and like in my eyes, seriously and genuinely, I could just be like teasing because I like his friendship. I like, you know, I'm comfortable in that way. It doesn't mean I'm flirting. It really doesn't.
Well, I've made it a point to never compliment a girl that I would never date.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I won't do that because
they'll get crazy and be like, oh my God.
Well, I don't want that line to be crossed if it doesn't have to be. I don't want her to be fooled in even the slightest. Like, I might say something like, hey, that's a nice dress, but you see how I said it? Yeah. Hey, that's a nice dress. That's pretty cool.
You look nice in that dress. Right. There's a difference. Or that dress.
That's true.
That's a nice
because
dress.
That's a nice dress does mean to me you look nice in that dress, or that dress looks nice on you, but it doesn't mean I also want you.
You look nice in that dress. That has a totally different vibe to it.
But if
even that dress,
if I see a girl that I like, I could be friends with her, but I would date her. But that's a nice dress. It's different.
Yeah.
That dress looks
Oh,
good.
you just did that lower velvety thing too.
Yeah. See, it changes.
Yeah.
You know, so but a lot of people can't pick up on those cues, and that's why I think a lot of people, like I had a friend that used to say this all the time. Attractive female friend, she always said, "Hey you." Now, most of the time when girls say that to me, it's flirtatious.
I can see that.
You see that?
I never say "Hey you."
But I could tell, because it's not you. It's not your.
Yeah. Hey you.
Yeah, I don't meet
weird.
too many girls that talk like that.
Yeah.
But I've noticed, and there's even men that say it to women.
Yeah.
When someone says that, usually they're interested. But it was her demeanor that I picked up on that I knew that she wasn't interested in.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm. There was even a friend I had that used to meet me up at the club sometimes, and I remember the guys were like, "Yo, man, I'm telling you, she wants you. She dances with you." I'm like, "I'm telling you." This is when I learned to trust my gut. And I said, "I'm telling you, she's not interested in me." And I knew it. And one day I fucked up. I was on the phone. Now, I'm not going to even say, because if she watches, she's going to know. And I don't even want her to remember this. But it was revealed that at one point I kind of had an interest in her. And she found out.
Okay.
And it really put me in an awkward space because I knew she wasn't interested. This was years ago. This was so long ago. But people have to learn to pick up on those cues. But I was thinking of a point when we were talking about how he wanted to be with you and he was rebounding, but fuck, I had a particular. You remember what I was talking about, like before I said that about your story?
Probably
don't, but it was, I can't remember, but I had a really good valid point for that because it was real important how that went down.
I had told you, I mean, I had told him that had been expressed before the breakup, and I was just like, I was telling him earlier, another one of my expressions, that you can still look at the menu as long as you know you've already ordered the main course, meaning, you know, you're taken.
I said, well, if he's really hungry.
And I said, not in my restaurant. I said, you order dessert with your girl. You don't, like, just get another meal.
We were talking about, this is what we were talking. We were talking about how guys will flirt. You're seeing the forest through the trees. So it's how the guy came on to you kind of aggressively.
Yeah.
Without, like, it's about kind of planting the seed, but know that it's just a good seed that was planted. Like, if I'm interested in you and I say something to you and you don't bite at all.
Yeah.
Fuck asking you out after I'm broken up with my girlfriend or any other time.
He would twist and make it. He'd be like, no, she does like me, and he would validate his own reason in his head. So that's not, you know, some guys do that, some guys don't, but
it's he's deluding himself. What they call it. He's just delusional about it. You don't do that to yourself. If it don't feel right, if you can't feel something deep inside that you got a connection, it ain't there.
If you feel it.
It ain't there.
You know.
You know what I mean? Can guys and girls be friends?
I say yes, but guys always say no.
I always say I think I'm a minority, literally, but I think they can. Oh. I have female friends that even actually that I've been attracted to in the past, and we're still friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's perfectly. I have a lot of guy friends. Yeah. That are just friends.
Yeah,
I
think it can be. It could be harder. Put it this way: it's harder if you're attracted to each other.
Of course.
If you're attracted to each other and you're in relationships,
and you have to experience.
That's the issue right there.
You gotta dip into your self-control, but you can be friends.
Because I dated a girl I was friends with a girl that I dated.
Okay. That's good though to start as friends.
I was dating a girl, but I was also friends first with an acquaintance of hers.
Oh.
And when we weren't dating at one point, I made out with the acquaintance.
Oh.
But it wasn't a stab in the back because I knew the acquaintance. I was friends with the acquaintance for years
okay.
before I met the girl that I dated.
That's still some rough territory you dipped into.
And it was one of those things where it was like, well, I knew her for 6 years before.
That's still girl code, man.
Well, okay, yeah, exactly. That's not guy code, that's girl code.
I know. It's still awkward,
I think that's
but...
why, because the girl made out with me, because she was like, I knew him first, and you're just an acquaintance. We're not friends. Like, they had a mutual friend.
They weren't, girls.
That's how they knew
were
each other.
acquaintances.
They had a mutual friend.
Acquaintances are different than your, top... your top chicks, your top girl.
Right, she wasn't the top one.
Yeah.
And the one that I dated actually used to be jealous of her. Like, she would be like, I used to hate when they would bring her out because all the guys would talk to her.
Wow. Oh.
Yes. Okay. She was like, I wanted to be her. And I was like, wow.
Jeez, okay. Mm-hmm. All right, well, she has some personal...
Then the one I made out with wouldn't take it any further, if you know what I mean. Okay. Because she was, I think, I tell you the truth, she was scared of being attached and maybe...
A lot of girls get that way.
Not working right.
Right.
I personally, knowing her to this day, we may or may not have worked because she could catch an I don't like attitude a lot from women.
Yeah.
And she would just get these attitudes, and sometimes we wouldn't talk for days or months, and then we'd talk again. She was one of those.
Okay.
Weeks or months. It's like you really caught that big of an attitude.
I
like a person that I can talk to.
Yeah.
So if we have a problem, we can talk it out and keep moving.
Mature adults.
But people used to think that we were together all the time. We were those type of friends.
Yeah.
They're like, are you two dating? No, we're not dating. We just, And the what's funny
is... those.
Yeah, we had an attraction when we first met.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. We became friends. And as years went on, it got more and more. We started seeing each other at the club and dancing.
Right?
And it was just like, yeah, what are you doing tonight? I'm going to the club. All right, I'll see you there.
Yeah.
And that's how it kind of...
Interesting.
Yeah. So we always had it there. It's just, it culminated. And then she cut that shit. I wasn't too mad because I was like, in the middle of making out with her, I was like, she's probably going to cut this. Yeah, it's not going to happen. She was too in love with this one guy.
Oh,
that was like her
there's
high
always
school sweetheart.
That one guy.
That she always went back to.
Her sick addiction.
Exactly. So I just saw it as there's a hookup between friends. If something goes further, it goes further. If not,
see, guys can do that. They can put that in their pocket and be like, well, whatever happens, happens. My heart's not going to be broken. Girls, we have, not all girls, and like I said, no generalizations, but girls don't have that same ability usually.
Right.
Because to put it in their pocket and compartmentalize. We'll sit and think about it for a long time.
You know what? You did that. You said that perfectly.
I know I
can't say it. Fuck.
Compartmentalize. Compartmentalize.
Yeah. I just, it's funny because that's what we do. Like, we'll be like, okay, we can a lot of times, not all the time. Now girls know this because a lot of times we can accept a situation for what it is. Like, she told that guy, no. But to him, it was like, no, we're going to get together. You really like me. But if she told me that, I'd be like, okay, that's it. Or if a girl's like, look, I made out with you, but it was what it was, I could be like, okay. Because, especially in the spontaneity of certain matters, I prepare my mind for what can come after that.
Yeah.
And I think some people be like, well, we made out. That means that we should go out.
Yep.
And that's not true.
And yeah, that's not always true for girls, but yeah, I mean, there's that.
We made out. What do we do? Are we together
girls,
now?
we have a need for connection, and we're very nurture-like. So if you do connect with someone like that, we're like, well, I mean, we connected. Let's see,
Yeah.
But sometimes.
And if he feels that way, trust me, he's gonna be all for it anyway. You know what I mean? It's not like he's just looking at it as a hookup all the time.
Right.
You definitely need to talk after that hookup if you both have
You
questions.
do. Please talk.
If you have questions.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. I mean, you know what I mean?
Don't
you're
be
not
afraid.
What's the worst that can happen? He thinks you're crazy? Okay.
And sometimes there's an awkwardness.
So you're crazy. It's gonna be awkward.
She told me about a guy earlier that was a friend, and he said a couple of things that were a little awkward. It happens. It happens. It happens, and I mean,
it happens.
It's dealt with, and then you continue to be friends.
You'll move forward. It's fine. It's gonna be fine.
But at least you know.
You have to talk about it, otherwise you'll never.
Like even I can be a little timid about asking certain things sometimes.
I get shy all the time.
But if you ask, at least you'll know. I don't even care if you punk out and ask through a text message. Just ask.
So that's not weird?
What?
I mean, I feel like girls, the reason, like what I just said earlier, but the reasons why they don't ask questions, this isn't all the time, but sometimes feel that
Hold on 1 second. Keep talking. It's still recording, but the battery's dying, so I'm going to plug it in.
Should I still keep talking? Okay. That they have a fear that they will sound crazy. If they have those questions, so they're like, I'm not going to ask, and then nothing,
Okay, so it's like, okay, a girl's digging me,
and
she's
what I
my
just
friend.
said is like, girls, so what? You sound crazy. Like, is that the worst thing in the world? There's
because that's what they call us anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna, it doesn't really matter. That's really not the worst of your issues.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, how like girls will say guys are all dogs, and we all say that you're all crazy.
And we say that we're crazy because you make us crazy with your mind games.
Exactly.
But yeah, what's that about? So it's not weird. That's okay. It's not weird to ask questions. It's not weird. You're not going to sound crazy.
I would prefer a girl
be
open with me and ask me. I've learned that over the years to be open myself.
The worst he's going to say is, I thought we were just hooking up here. I'm not really ready for that.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to suck, and then you're going to find someone else.
Girl can ask me anything she wants, pretty much. Really, like anyone can.
And vice versa.
I'm like that now. I didn't used to be like that. You know how there's the whole.
That's why we fear it, because some guys just aren't. Like, they make you feel so weird for asking questions.
When you're going through the whole.
Who wants to feel
awkward? Does he like
awkward?
me? Does he not like me? Should I tell her that I really do want to be with her or not? So you're both going through this weird.
He didn't really want to see me that way. He just wanted to hook up.
You know what I mean? To where it's like, you lose power if you're the first one.
Oh my God. The first one who catches feelings loses.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the first one to express it loses. The first person to say I love you loses. Yeah.
Which is why girls definitely don't say that first half the time.
Really?
A lot of guys say it first.
Really?
Maybe not in your experience.
Yeah, not in my experience. I've only said it, I think, once to the possible
to the
past
twin
life.
the
past
life.
Yeah.
We had a lot of discussions before
that
this.
One, and that's totally out of my character for that type of
very interesting
short term. Yeah. Isn't that weird that I said it first to
her specifically? Yeah.
And other ones that I cultivated a much stronger relationship over time, I didn't say it first to. Isn't that interesting?
That's very interesting.
The one that was supposed to be the wife in the past life. I had this past life story. I think I told it to you guys before, but I told her about it, and it was just weird that I was just like, well, I remember when she was like, just say it. Say what you want to say. And I could tell she was trying to drag it out of me.
She knew it was coming.
She knew what I wanted to say, and it was just weird that I did, but, yeah. Nowadays, could I say it first? Yeah.
It's very
if it
modern.
came later, I could.
That anyone can say it first.
If I thought it was right for me, to say it, I could.
Yeah.
Could you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of an open book. Like, if it's going to come out, it's going to come out. I mean, sometimes, just because of my personal past experiences, I'm not even going to put those in this. I'm just going to say, it's nice to hear it first, just that it's a validation thing. It's a relief. It's like, oh, thank God, now I don't have this. I already felt it, and thank God, because it was literally going to come out of me, and maybe, again, girls, maybe he would have thought I was crazy or weird, like, oh my God, we were not at that point yet. I'm so sorry. Never apologize for your feelings, by the way. If it comes out, do not say I'm sorry.
Someone always falls first.
It's fine.
It's just how it is.
You fell for that.
And part of it, a lot of times, has to do with being guarded. Sometimes, like, I was guarded for a long time, and I wouldn't allow myself to fall first.
Yeah.
But after they said it, I would let my guard down.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's alright to love her now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I'm telling y'all some good shit right here.
I know. You get vulnerable too when that word comes out. It's just like, oh my God, I just like shed everything, and now you know, like my innermost, deepest thought, you know?
I had a girl tell me that recently.
Oh.
And I did not.
It was me.
And she wrote it on my car in lipstick.
Oh my God! No. That's like asking. Oh, that did not happen.
No. I'm saying you wrote it.
That is how I express myself. Yes.
But
maybe
this
ask
was
a guy to
the one I told you about an ex.
Yes.
Okay. A specific girl that I used to date.
Yes.
Was having a conversation with me, and she was like, "Because I love you," and she was like, as soon as she said, this is how she said, "Because I love you," and you'll never hear that again.
Oh!
She knew she fucked up and it slipped out because of the type of conversation we were having.
Uh-oh.
Yes, and
how did you feel about
basically it was, I told her I wasn't looking for a relationship. I had so many words I told her that I was not looking for a relationship with her.
Oh, so she knew from the start.
So.
But if she felt that way about you.
Yeah, but I think she felt as though she was taking a chance. And in retrospect, now that we've talked about what we talked about, I think that I respect her for being able to tell me that and to take that chance.
She felt it.
You know, and it was, it's interesting.
That's what sucks about life is about rejection too. It's filled with it. And,
how we're gonna deal with it.
Just because she knew that might have been coming, she still felt it. I think it's good. She still threw it out there.
Yeah.
Maybe something was brewing in you and she didn't know, but obviously not. I don't know.
I'll tell you
not
more about it off cam.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple of details I'm thinking about
that off cam.
I really won't want to share publicly yet.
That's how I felt earlier. Like not on camera.
Right. I can tell the story later, but not now.
Yeah.
It's too fresh. But anyway.
Too soon.
So this was a great video when the
yeah.
Look at that. I think I should have Lisa on. This was good.
I'd love to.
Post all your comments down below. Let me know what you all thought, and make sure you follow Lisa on her Instagram at
Lisa M. Mihalik, LISAM, and then MIHELICH.
There it is. 1 million subscribers.
Woo!